Good afternoon. We're excited about playing against another opponent on tomorrow night. Should be a big challenge for us because we've never actually played a real game together. We're all new, and we're going to have to play extremely well, take care of the basketball, get back on defense, and hopefully execute our defensive and offensive system. Our team has made some pretty good strides in practice. We're still a significant work in progress, but I like their attitudes. And, they've been mentally and physically tough. Fortunately, we have all hands on deck. Shannon Hale and Michael Kessens have been battling injuries early on in training camp, but they're ready to go now. So just really excited. Hopefully our students will come out along with our season ticket holders as they did in our tie tip-off event, and scream and be loud and have a great time, and hopefully we can put on a good show.
Thanks, Coach. Go ahead and start with Cecil in the back left there.
Coach, I think the rules let you say a little bit now about the scrimmage against Belmont last week. How did that go for you just generally?
Yeah, I just got the email, and I thought it went okay for us. I thought we did some really nice things. We had a plan of attack defensively, and I thought we executed that plan in the first half. We didn't execute that plan quite so much in the first 5 minutes of the second half. So because of that, we limited their threes in the first half, but in the first couple of minutes of the second half, they got away from us. But I thought in terms of playing against a quality NCAA tournament type team, well-coached team, I thought our guys did a nice job.
Let's go on the right to Matt.
So just in terms of tomorrow, what are you looking to accomplish? What are the primary goals that you have, and what makes tomorrow successful from your standpoint?
I want to see our competitive spirit. For the most part, we're going to be underdogs every time we play. That's just a fact. That's just reality. So I want us to see kind of this us against the world attitude, get out there and get the ball up and down the floor at our pace, make good decisions, set good screens, hit the open man, take and make three-point shots, finish at the basket, get 50-50 balls, try to minimize their success on a couple of their sets that we're going to go over. So there are several things that we're after, and coming out of timeouts, there's a big point of emphasis on coming out of timeouts, especially at that first horn. We did just an okay job of that in our scrimmage. We got to improve in that area. So yeah, we got quite a few boxes that we're trying to check, but in terms of the first few boxes is, just take care of the ball and play the game at our pace.
Left, Mark.
You talked about having everybody available, but it's going to be everybody full go and everybody playing, or is it just you trying to work out the rotation? How you see that going?
Yeah, trying to work out the rotation. Yeah, I know who we're going to start on tomorrow, and figuring out a rotation after that. But yeah, we pretty much right now have one position that's decided. The other four are still up for grabs.
Alex.
Renton kind of talked about how you've been using him, Justin, Dazon in the point guard role. What do you want to see from them in particular to see maybe judge who's going to be that guy for the future?
Yeah, I just think more than anything, all of those guys are capable. They're capable of playing on the ball or off the ball. We've been using Justin and Dejon a little bit more exclusively at point guard. Renton's been spending more time at two, very well, knowing that he can slide back over to play some point guard for us. So it's been a pretty strong competition, and but there's no quarterback controversy. We'll have it figured out by next Friday.
Let's go on the back right to Sean.
Coach, you said you'll have it figured out next Friday. So is that these early season games, you expect to have your starting lineup and your rotation set, or do those still play into your experiments before conference play?
Right, what I shared with the team during our first practice, so it won't be any gray area, every position there was gonna be a competition. And what we're gonna do was evaluate every practice, every shoot around, scrimmage, and exhibition, the practices prior to opening night, and then sometime the day before the game, we'll pretty much announce who our starting lineup's gonna be to the team. And we're still in that evaluation process. Here's a couple of things one thing that may happen tomorrow that's kind of abnormal than what's gonna happen during the season. The team that you see start the first, in the first half may not be the same team you'll see second half, okay? Normally I like to be consistent with that, but it's exhibition, okay? And that's the same thing we did in our scrimmage.
Other questions for Coach? Back up to Matt.
So with tomorrow, how much weight does how players do during the course of this exhibition factor into who's going to start?
You know what I'm really shocked about? When I say it, we only have one position that's already been decided. I was shocked you didn't ask me.
What next question? You know, I assume it's Jimmy. You can tell me if there's something.
That's Jimmy, yes.
That was easy.
But repeat your question, I'm sorry.
Just how much weight tomorrow carries how players do. How much will that factor into?
Oh, it's weight, but it's not necessarily weight for them to be nervous. I liked our temperament in our scrimmage. They played loose. They tried to execute the game plan. They looked to take their shots. We don't want guys. Our guys are not going to play with a bunch of weight on their backs. We're not that type of a team yet. Now, hopefully, in our second or third year, if we're one of the preseason favorites for good reason to win the SEC and we're doing some great things, maybe we'll have a little weight on our shoulders. Our guys, I always talked about them to play free and clear. And but at the same time, we want to see them execute what we want to see them execute on the floor, play within themselves, and also just have fun.
Back over to left Alex.
Renton mentioned that one of the things you did when you got here to kind of bring the team together was bring them out and kind of exercises, different things that maybe bonding exercises. Can you kind of go into detail? You didn't want to tell us right away.
Yeah, that was good. He's been well coached already.
Would you go into some of that, what you did with the team to bring them together?
Yeah, I just think we had some, based on the rules, whenever you can eat with the guys, there were times that we had some meals off campus and some fun places, and we did some workouts together, and the great thing is now, I'm 100% moved into Tuscaloosa, and my house is ready, so my wife is ready to cook for the team one night, and I'm just excited about having them over, and I'm hoping that bonding time is going to be something that's going to pay dividends for us.
Do a couple more questions. Go, Matt.
So one of the other things I assumed, aside from Jimmy being locked in as a starter, was that Renton would be. Also, how close is he to solidifying?
Oh, he's close. He's been very solid, and he's been doing everything we ask him to do, and he has a big role for us, and I think as he continues to provide that great leadership for us on and off the floor, and be productive. I think this could be a solid year for him, but we have a long ways to go. And but he's had a really good camp.
And just who is his primary competition at the two? And I guess just the other four spots that are still open.
Yeah,
who are the top guys?
I think the main thing is we have Brandon Austin, that can play the two. Arthur Edwards, even though he's been battling it out with Riley Norris at 3, he can slide over to some 2. We can play Justin Coleman and Dejan in the backcourt together. So whichever one you want to call. You can call Justin the smaller 2 because he shoots the 3 so well. So we have a lot of options there.